Hey, what's up? I'm Joseph Bojang, and I wanted to go over something really quick. It's just going to be with my Sharpie and a sheet of paper. So, this is just an idea. I was on a podcast recently, and we discussed the idea of building a personal brand. And I wanted to give some insight into why I think so many people have trouble when they're trying to grow a business, but they're trying to grow it as a personal brand and they're expecting different results. So, real quick, for my story, whenever I started out, my branding took a back seat. I like the idea of backseat branding. The reason it took a back seat because I was going directly to other business owners. I wasn't going to the John Q public and selling my services. I was actually selling marketing services directly to other businesses. So whenever I did that, it was a certain strategy that I took. I didn't grow a personal brand on social media. I didn't post often about my services. Every once in a while I would, and customers would come in through that. But primarily, I was going directly after other business owners. Now, a lot of people are selling similar services, but they're not going after or they're not doing business to business. They are actually doing business to consumer. So the difference is if I'm going after another business, that's business to business. But if I'm going after consumers, that's considered a business to consumers. Now, when you have that type of business, there's a certain type of brand that you have to build. It's not so much that your branding can take a back seat at that point, but your branding, your but your branding will actually have to be at the forefront. It can no longer take a back seat. But when you build that type of business model, what that means is you have to be out there longer. It's going to take 9 to 18 months unless you are ruthless in creating content that people love, they're craving, and they're sharing, and they're really following you. But that takes a long time. Most people that build a personal brand have already had some experience from the business world. They're great at storytelling. So when they get out there on social media, they're able to really get their brand in front of the right people. And the result of that is that they can get customers. They can get customers for their courses. They can get customers for speaking. They can get customers to help for consulting. It's a different type of business model. Now, there's different ways to do it. So what I did, like I said, I have my Sharpie marker and a sheet of paper. I just want to show you. I have this on a little graph. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see me, but that's okay. So here we go. At the very top, we have business to business. And then if we go straight down on that axis, we have business to consumer. Then on this axis, we have business and brand. So right here, I've put a little X. This right here was me when I started, is that I was growing a business and I was going after other business owners. So the strategies that I took were 100% direct response marketing. I was going after business owners and I would give them a pitch about my services. I knew the results that I could get them, and it usually worked well and I could keep them for a really long time. But here are some of the things that I had to consider in doing that and that I knew would work. So, one of those things is whenever I was going after a business owner, it was their job to do a good job. So, they're working 9 to 5, and my job was to help them look good for their boss or to help them save money, hire more staff, or get better results. So if I'm able to help them get better results or save more money or get new clients, that means that they're wanting to keep me around longer. So if they keep me around longer, I now have more testimonials, I have more experience in that industry, and I can take all of that experience, wrap it up into an even better message to where I can go directly to another business owner in the same industry that needs those same results. So that was when I was going business to business and I was growing a business. So once again, I was a business and I was going directly to other business owners. And I wasn't competing against some things that I would if I was trying to build a brand. So with that in mind, I also want to show you what's hard when doing that. If I were trying to build a brand and go after other business owners, to do that, it's possible, but it's extremely hard work. The reason that it's extremely hard work is because to get known as a brand, that means I have to be out in the public eye. I have to do so many more things in order to get noticed. But if I just send an email or run an ad or I'm speaking at the right conference for that group of folks, they know me, they trust me, then it's just a sales letter or it's just selling myself. So the question is, are you building a business or are you building a brand? And are you actually going after business to business type of companies, or are you going after consumers? So let's talk about this now. Right now, I am actually right here. The reason I'm right here, where I'm actually building a brand, which is why I'm on YouTube and I'm posting consistently on Instagram, is because I've done that for my clients and I've done very well at doing that. But now I'm entering this point where I'm building a brand and I'm helping more consumers. So even though I say I'm helping more consumers, a lot of the people that are watching my videos or the people that are actually buying my courses and being in my memberships are people that are to some extent consumers that are starting a business. They're starting their professional service business. They're mid-career or they're pivoting professionals. But now they're at the point to where they're like, I actually want to take this experience I have and create a business. What they're trying to do, though, is they're trying to use a strategy I'm using now, but is not the one that I used whenever I grew my business. The strategy I'm using now is about creating content like this, showing that I know what I'm talking about, putting it out there consistently so people can actually learn from me. They can start knowing me. Hopefully, some people will like me. I've been seeing some of y'all give me some thumbs downs. So if you like this, go ahead, click that like button right now, click that subscribe button. Let me know you're enjoying, you're watching through to this content. But what I'm doing right now is I'm growing a brand and I'm going after consumers. I know that my competition right now is them. It's not that they're getting paid to be a consumer. So because they aren't necessarily part of a business like it was before, they are actually at home growing their business on the side. So do they want to take the time away from Netflix to go watch my YouTube video? Do they want to go take the time away from hanging out with their family to go see my post on Instagram? So there's a certain level of brand and voice that I need to speak from to make sure it's valuable when they see my content. Now, I know that's going to take time. That's going to take time for me to be consistent. It's going to take time for the algorithms to see my content and actually trust my content, that it's coming out consistently, that people are watching, that they're viewing, that they're sharing, that they're caring. So these are the things to think about as you're growing your business. Think about who you're going after. Are you going after other businesses or are you going to consumers? And are you trying to build a business? If you are, then let your branding take a back seat. I'm not saying forget about it, but it really takes a back seat because people who get paid to do the work that you're helping them do, they want people that are going to help them. But if you're building a brand and you're going after consumers, know that you're going to need to put in a lot more work to make sure that you're showing up consistently and they're seeing you and they love your content. So no quote cards unless you're sending 8 crazy valuable posts. So hopefully this was helpful. If you like it, hit subscribe, hit that like button, ring the bell for notifications. I love creating this content. I want to know what you all like, and I'll keep creating it. So have a great day, have a great week, have a great year. See you in the next video.